Santa Rosa, Santa Rosa, California, a city of 200,000, is the northern anchor of the San Francisco Bay Area. The largest city between San Francisco and Portland, Oregon, Santa Rosa is a technology, wine, food, and retirement mecca. At 9:30 p.m. October 8, 2017, a hot and windy Sunday night, as the city of Santa Rosa slept, fire started in a vast expanse of dry grass 12 miles outside town. Starved by years of drought, the parched straw quickly became a tinderbox of deadly fuel. Stoked by unusually powerful Chinook or Diablo winds, the fire blew into a massive inferno. With wind speeds approaching 80 miles per hour, the gigantic fire sped towards Santa Rosa. At 10:52, Michael Dornbach, 57, who had been visiting friends, was overcome by the blazing onslaught. At 11:58 p.m., hastily summoned firefighters called for an immediate evacuation of all areas adjacent to Santa Rosa. By 1 a.m., it was apparent that the blaze could not be stopped. Sparing nothing in its path, the advancing conflagration consumed the outlying neighborhoods of Mark West Springs, Reebly Valley, and Cross Creek. The death toll now stood at 10. Among those lost was Carmen Beres, 75, who died in the arms of her husband as they huddled in their backyard swimming pool. Valerie Evans, also 75, who perished trying to save her dogs, and Christina Hansen, 27, who'd been trapped in her wheelchair. Gathering strength by the minute and totally unimpeded, at 3 a.m. the hungry conflagration roared into the center of Santa Rosa. Gathering strength by the minute and totally unimpeded, at 3 a.m. the hungry conflagration roared into the center of Santa Rosa. Within an hour, the Tony neighborhoods of Fountain Grove and Sleepy Hollow and the adjacent areas of Larkfield and Wickiup were completely decimated. With sustained heat of up to 3,000 degrees, fire tornadoes hurled cars into the air, evaporated street signs, and melted glass. Molten aluminum from boiling wheel rims flowed in the streets. Restaurants, grand hotels, historic wineries, schools, businesses, large and small, senior centers, mobile home parks, and public buildings burned to the ground. Kaiser and Sutter hospitals were surrounded by mountains of flames. Its deadly appetite unsated, the torrential inferno was now compressed into a small swale perched atop the 6-lane US 101 highway. Then, in what's called a fire piston, as if shot from a gun, the conflagration easily hurdled the freeway and exploded into the nearby 2,000-home Coffee Park neighborhood. At sunrise the next morning, the damage to Santa Rosa was unimaginable. One survivor of the Coffee Park disaster said, "It looks like a nuclear bomb went off, like Hiroshima." Police and fire persons, sometimes mere moments ahead of the flames, frantically pounded on residents' doors. Stunned citizens ran for their lives, some with night clothes on fire. On the night of October 8, 2017, the worst disaster in California history struck the city of Santa Rosa. Before it was over, fire had consumed 7,000 homes, 100 businesses, 4,000 cars, and 43 people. 102,000 people became fire refugees. Amid choking black smoke, entire communities were evacuated to 74 hastily constructed shelters. Thousands fled to nearby beaches, sleeping in the sand. Others simply collapsed by the roadside. An epic humanitarian crisis loomed. And then a remarkable thing happened. The local citizens took matters into their own hands. Churches flung open their doors. Private homes welcomed total strangers. Restaurants served free food. Stores moved their racks into the streets. High school students bought school clothes for needy classmates. And despite the loss of 2 hospitals, medical care was provided, often by doctors and nurses without homes. During our city's most desperate hour, local AM radio station KSRO provided a steady flow of life-saving information. Pat Kerrigan was the constant voice of calm and hope. As our producer, Stephen Seeger, said, "On a personal note, I've never been more proud to be a resident of Santa Rosa. In the face of unspeakable disaster, everyone here pulled together bravely, heroically, and compassionately. From the astonishing valor of the fire and police first responders to the simple act of children buying their friends new clothes, it was an astounding and humbling thing to watch. Bent, but not broken, our city survived the hellish onslaught. Much more needs to be done. The effects of this disaster will be felt here for decades. But for now, from Santa Rosa, know this: we are here and we are strong."